unbounded solution. Okay, so just try to solve this question. So please look at the secondary screen and then try to solve that particular question. So it is an example for unbounded solution. Okay, so just solve the question. After that I will give you the condition what is meant by unbounded solution. I mean, when we call a particular solution as unbounded, that we will discuss after solving this particular question. So just try to solve this question, and again it is a maximization problem. Just find out the maximum value of z or objective function. So then we will discuss the condition for unbounded solution. Okay, so please solve this particular question. So anyone who got answer for this maximum value for objective function? So you should be very careful here, because some of the constraints will be, some of the points will be in negative x-axis, I guess. Okay, so that you have to understand. So where we have to consider the region satisfied by the constraints, that you have to understand. Okay, so any doubt regarding this particular question? Maybe you might have stuck at some point, I guess. So please ask your doubts where you are getting doubt in solving this particular question. So maybe you will be getting some points in negative x-axis, I guess. Okay, so I am just finding out the points to plot these constraints. So same procedure, put x1 equal to 0, x2 will be 3. Put x2 is equal to 0, x1 will be minus 4.5. And same, put x1 is equal to 0, x2 will be 4. Put x2 is equal to 0, x1 will be minus 20. Okay. So I am just taking x1 on x-axis and x2 on y-axis. So 0, 3, maybe somewhere here, 0, 3 point, 0, 3, and then minus 4.5, 0. So let us say it is at negative x1 axis. So let us say it is somewhere here, minus 4.5, 0, and 0, so join these 2 points. Now 0, 4, it may be somewhere here, 0, 4, and minus 20, 0, let us say it is somewhere here, minus 20, 0. So join these 2 points also. So now, is this graph correct, or should we have to do anything else? So please reply. So what are the graph which I have drawn? So we'll identify the region afterwards, but you just tell me whether this graph is correct. So if you look at this point here, whatever we have written, non-negativity restrictions. So already we have seen non-negativity restrictions in the sense x1 and x2 should be greater than or equal to 0. But observe this region. So whatever the constraints which you have plotted, so it is in second quadrant where your x2 is positive, but your x1 is negative, which is not true. Okay, so whenever you are facing these type of situations or conditions, what you have to do is you just have to extend these particular straight lines into the first quadrant. Okay, so because our region of interest is first quadrant, x1 greater than 0 and x2 greater than 0, this particular condition we have to follow. Okay, so whenever you are getting region in other than first quadrant, you just extend this particular straight lines into the first quadrant. That's all. Okay, see, we just got these points. We just derived these points, or we have what are the points which I have written here. It is just for finding the straight line or plotting the straight line. Okay, so you can extend this straight line into any quadrant also. So just extend this particular straight line into first quadrant. Okay, so now identify the feasible region. So what is the feasible region? So look at this first constraint, 0, 3 and minus 4.5, 0. So this is your first constraint. So it is of less than or equal to type. That means, so feasible region should be below this first constraint. Okay, so maybe you might be getting some confusion in identifying this particular constraint. Second constraint. See, maybe you can assume like that, or maybe you can remember like this. Whenever you are taking this, if it is less than or equal to type, region is below the straight line. If it is greater than or equal to type constraint, region should be above the straight line. That's what we have seen. Okay, but the thing is, here RHS value is negative. So that whatever the thing which we have discussed, that is applicable only when RHS value is positive, but your RHS value is negative. That means you cannot take this region, I mean you cannot assume this inequality upside of the straight line, upwards towards upside, okay? Or else simply I have given you one more rule. So if origin is satisfied by the constraint, then the region will be downwards. If origin is not satisfied by the constraint, then the region will be upwards, okay? So substitute origin in this particular constraint. 0 is greater than or equal to minus 20, which is true. So if origin is satisfied by this particular constraint, then region should be downwards. So again, for this particular constraint also, region will be downwards. So now what is your feasible region? Your feasible region will be, okay, so it will be going like this. So what is your feasible region? It is feasible region is unbounded, implies it is a open polygon. It is not a closed polygon, it is a open polygon, okay. So whenever you are having this type of feasible region, we call it as unbounded. So this feasible region is not bounded, okay. So whatever the feasible regions which we have seen, all those are closed polygons or bounded polygons, okay. But this feasible region, it is a open feasible region. That means it is not a closed one. It is not a bounded region, okay. So it is unbounded region, right. Now that means your feasible region is going up to infinity in this direction, okay. So now what will be your Z value? So your Z value will be infinity. That means you can take any x1 value and you can take any x2 value, because this is your feasible region. So you can take any x1 and you can take any x2 value up like this. So this will be going on increasing up to infinity. So your Z value will be infinite, okay. So whenever you are getting a unbounded solution, definitely your Z value will be infinity, okay. So this is what we call it as unbounded solution. So no bounded region for this, okay. So we will not consider negative region. No, Trishal, we should not consider negative region, because this you have to look. So x1 greater than 0, x2 should be greater than or equal to 0, okay. So that means we are interested in only first quadrant. So these are just points, okay. Just to plot a straight line, we got some points. So some of these points are in other than first quadrant. So just plot the straight lines and extend them into the first quadrant. So maybe you may get points in any quadrant, okay. So don't worry about that. Just extend those straight lines into the first quadrant and then you just identify the feasible region. So I hope it is understood. Corner points are different. What are the corner points of feasible region? So this is one corner point, this is one more corner point, and this will be one more corner point, okay. So these are the corner points of feasible region. Always corner points will be positive, okay. So your corner points of the feasible region will never be negative. Maybe I think you are talking about these points. So we cannot generalize this thing. Maybe in some other question you may be getting these points as positive also, but still you may get unbounded solution. So Kaushik, is it okay? So I think you are talking about these points, not corner points. Okay, so now you just answer my question. See, if it is a minimization problem, now if it is a maximization problem, it is unbounded solution, right? Now let us assume that it is a minimization problem. Then what will be the solution, type of solution? So have you understood my question? If it is a minimization problem, then what will be the type of solution? See, if it is a minimization problem, so I don't know whether you have understood my question or not. If it is a minimization problem, then what is the type of solution? That's what my question. So whether it is unique optimal, multiple optimal solution, or still it is a still it is a unbounded solution or infeasible solution. What is the type of solution if it is a minimization problem? So have you understood my question or not? So please reply. So I am not getting any response from you. So it will be very difficult if you are not giving any response. Then I will be moving forward, then you cannot understand anything. Okay, so if it is an unbounded solution, if it is a minimization problem, then what will be your Z value? If it is a minimization problem, still your Z value is infinity. No, it is not infinity. So very good, Kaushik, it is unique optimal solution. Okay. See, if it is a minimization problem, then you have to evaluate your objective function at this particular corner points only. Okay. So among these 3 points, what is the point where you are getting minimum value? That will be your solution. Okay. So maybe at only this particular point you will be getting minimum value. So it will be unique optimal solution. and your Z value will be maybe 0 or maybe if you are, maybe just substitute, we cannot say, okay. So just substitute these 3 points and then find out the Z values, okay. Then you can decide which is the minimum value. So just by looking we cannot say. So solve these 2 equations also, find out this point and evaluate your Z value or Z objective function at these 3 points, then you can say what is the type of solution, okay. So if at only one corner point, if you are getting minimum value, then that will be your unique optimal solution. So mostly you will be getting unique optimal solution only for this one, okay. So if it is a minimization problem, then this is not unbounded solution, okay. So if it is a maximization problem, then only it will be a unbounded solution, okay. So for unbounded solution, definitely your Z max value will be infinity. So whenever you are answering these type of questions, you have to take care whether the question is maximization problem or minimization problem. That also you have to take care, right? Fine. So you can keep hitting next topic.